Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. In the last episode we were a little bit unlucky with the random number generator. Kind of feels a little bit like the story of our life. But overall we're doing quite well. We got an upgrade to our ring, we got an upgrade to our helmet. Life is not that bad. We've upped the difficulty to Torment 6 and last time we ran a GR25 and that was perfectly fine. So as an experiment, I'm going to run a GR30 and see if we're strong enough to put things up to Torment 7 without any of the set bonus from the Arika set, because we've got nothing. And we can always run away, is the plan. We can always run away. And this is really going to be hopeful. Partly on the amount of damage that we do, and partly on the survivability. Because if we get a reasonable rhythm going, then it'll work, but it will rely on us perhaps like, oh geez, that's very painful. It will rely on us constantly attacking, that much is certain. Yeah, this is a little bit stressful. But at the same time, it's okay. I don't think I would want to have done this without the convention of elements. Okay, so damage boost is on. And really, we're kind of hoping to kill things fast enough. That sort of worked. Yeah, this is going to be fine. It's not like the Rift Guardian's going to be absolutely terrifying and do a ton of damage to us or anything. No, that's just not going to happen. The truth burns. So does fear. Fear burns terribly. Let's not stand directly in the middle of that, but I still want to be close enough to actually hit and hurt these guys. Okay. Yeah, we can slow down if we want. That's what I'm taking away from this at the moment. Is this the way on? Yes, it is. Get a couple of haunts on you guys. Power pylon. Other than the nightmarish, that's a great thing for us. Assuming there's a bunch of mobs for us to attack with it, of course. Okay, we're good. We only really got 2 elite packs done. But this is totally fine. This is totally too dangerous, of course. But this is totally fine. Now this is going to be dangerous because of the ranged fire dudes, because I hate the fact that they leave flaming stuff underneath your feet. Probably more than most things in this game. Because it does a hell of a lot of damage in a very quick time frame. But this is not terrible. I would like to find another elite mob or something. There we go. Yeah, let's not stand directly in all of that danger. Woo! Woo! It's all fine. Now that was worrying when that thing passed in front of the screen there. I didn't know if the game was in the process of crashing or if it was just a visual thing, but it was right in front of the camera. Whew. And we have a breather for a second. Right. Let's put that point in, because that extra tiny bit of vitality might make all the difference when it comes to the Rift Guardian. And I'm not joking when I say that either. Okay, nice kind of predictable packs. There's a lot of them. What's that? That's a speed pylon. Let's tempt fate. That wasn't bad. I would like more mana before we summon the Rift Guardian. But we've got time to get that. %. You. Let's kill this guy as our final one. If we do it with running mostly. Look at that, making a little whirlwind around him. Fine, let's kill him properly. That's painful. Oh, geez, that's very painful. Let's grab some of that health. Back on in for as much damage as I can. No, I think we should be okay. Obviously, I would like a bit more survivability, but that was pretty reasonable. Voodoo Mask and gloves. I think we've earned a bit of the Araka set from that, so hopefully we'll get something. Let's have a look and see what can we do. Jade Harvester's Mercy. So we've got 3 bits of the Jade Harvester's set now. Yeah, maybe we should start wearing that. I think actually that's a very sensible temporary move for us. Let's go for Bane of the Trapped. because the sooner we get that to 25, the better it's going to be for us. We've also got a Voodoo Mask. But we'll hand this in. And do some general IDing. So, Zunamasas. And the Mask of Jeram. Let's see what we have in terms of Jade Harvesters. So yeah, we've actually got 3 bits of the Jade Harvester set, which would give us 4 set bonus with the... Actually, yeah, we would get the 4 set bonus. Let's do that. It is a temporary thing, as I've said. Right, Zunamasas, this can just go over here so I don't use it unneeded. And we'll have the Mask of Jeram next to it because I think those two are directly linked. So we need 1, 2, 3. And this isn't going to be stopping us from doing anything useful. In fact, is it? No, we don't want to re-roll that chess piece. Sorry, when I say useful, what I mean is it's not going to be stopping us from gathering the Arrakis set. And also we're not losing anything by switching across to this. Because we weren't getting any of the set bonus from this anyway. The only thing that we're potentially losing is a little bit of toughness. But if I re-roll that armor, or re-roll if I re-roll the armor into vitality, then that will solve that problem. So when Haunt lands on an enemy already affected, it will deal 560 seconds worth of Haunt damage. And Soul Harvest gains the effect of every rune and has its cooldown reduced by 1 second every time I cast Haunt or Locust Swarm. So Soul Harvest is now thoroughly awesome. Swallow your soul, so gain mana and increase maximum mana for each thing harvested. We gain life for every harvested enemy. 5% movement speed, and they take 640% weapon damage as physical. And that will be multiplied as well if they've got Haunt on them and Locust Swarm because of our Ring of Emptiness. So it's going to be pretty powerful. Let's put the Arrakis Carapace in here for the moment so I don't lose it. And we'll get rid of Ashiara's stuff. That doesn't mean that we've got boots that aren't necessarily helping us, but that's something that we can deal with later. Probably we'll gamble for boots first. So we were going to re-roll the armor on this, probably into vitality. 589 vitality. It's not brilliant, but it's not terrible. And that point goes in down there. Now, with this boost, we could probably run quite happily at T7. This doesn't give us any extra protection other than the Soul Harvest stacks, really. So, let's... No, wrong button. Let's up it to Torment 7, and we'll run a regular Rift, and we'll see how that goes. And this is such a sideways way of gearing, I have to say. Completely not what I was expecting this character to turn into. Using Soul Harvest of all things to keep things ticking along. It's turning into an accidentally reasonable build. The Dagger of Darts is pants. The Serpent is okay, because we do have zombie dogs. So that's giving us a little bit of damage reduction, but it's not the plan for this build at all. Right, guys. So now I can just pump this. And when I say this, I of course mean our Soul Harvest. Throwing Haunts out now and then. Because it's a damage dealer for us. And it's keeping our stats our mana and everything else. Good. Wow, I can actually just assassinate things with Haunt now. If they've got Haunt and Locust Swarm on them. Look at that. Did you see how much damage that was? That was in, like, 9 billion. That is crazy. I can't believe we've effectively made an accidental Impale build with a Demon Hunter. I will say that this is not what I was anticipating. Let's take those gloves. Oh my word, speed pylon. And things do need to land correctly for us for it to work. But that is so much damage when it goes off. Okay, so I'm less worried about things now. It is very, very janky the way that this is playing. But the fact that I can use Haunt to reset Soul Harvest, and Soul Harvest is both my healer and my resource management and everything. It's ooh dear. That was painful. $16.7 billion damage in there. There was a 32 billion as well I saw for a moment. Wow. Very, very weird. I mean, this is way too dangerous for the way that I should be playing it. Right, let's work on getting some resources back. It's alright. I mean, it's part of the fun, isn't it? You know, you try something, and if it works, brilliant. And if it doesn't work, then, you know, at least you've tried it. But when it's weird and it's kind of working, and you're not sure if it's supposed to be working or if you're going to get yourself killed. The fine line between madness and this is what you're supposed to do. I also don't know what the best way of applying it is. I mean, that seems to work well enough, but somehow it feels wrong. Nope. Let's back off a tiny bit. Jeez, yeah. It's just about the specific targeting of the haunts, I think. And once you get down to just one mob, being able to do that does make a huge difference. We need our Templar to stay alive, though. Because if I'm expected to do all this by myself, something is going to go wrong, and you know it. Also, Wormwood doesn't do nearly as much Locust Swarm as I thought, so I'm not sure if that's actually benefiting us as much as I thought beforehand. Now you'll notice that I am periodically using my Firebats. I don't want to discard them. I don't want to get used to not using them. The whole point in this build is it is supposed to be spin to win, and we can still spin to win at this level. We're not doing a little amount of damage when that happens. It's just the increase in damage. Jeez. Yeah, the increase in damage when things get hit by all that is just immense. And assassinating goblins with it seems to work well. So, I mean, definitely not going to complain, right? Let's get all of that. Apologies for the lack of commentary in there. I mean, it was just a case of target, focus, assassinate, target, focus, assassinate. It is like a poor man's assassin. Right, let's ID these, and then we'll... Mage Fist, nice, nice. We're not going to switch over to it, but Mage Fist is always welcome. Let's put that in there. And the furnace, we've already got a furnace, so we don't need another. So all these can just get salvaged. One thing to note, though, we do now have 34 Death's Breaths, so we could, at the end of this session, try and make ourselves a new staff. Yeah, it is just like a poor man's assassin. Impale, impale. That's not how impale works. I'll get all of that as well. So as well as getting the damage from... as well as getting the cooldown from the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, we're also getting the cooldown from Jade Harvester's set, so it's really quite a lot that ends up ticking through that. Just like semi-long range assassination. And I say semi-long range because it's not got the best range. And you need to hit it twice. But it works. It works remarkably well. Okay, I think we're going to push on to the next bit and we'll get the Rift Guardian in the next area. No, let's back out of that. Oh my word. Oh my word. Did that just like one shot Rift Guardian? I mean, technically it would have been 2 shots or maybe 3 shots, you know, one to get the Locust Swarm on, one to get the first Haunt on, and then one to get another Haunt on, but that was hilarious. Okay, we'll hand this in. And seeing as we, in fact, no, we need to create space. That's what we need to do. So I want to gamble for either trousers or boots. Probably boots are going to be the best to gamble for at the moment. Let's just ID this. It's squirts, of course. Which, you know, is fair enough for the extra gold. We'll hold on to it, actually, for the extra gold, because that could be useful for Avaricia at some point. I am absolutely astounded by how funny this has turned out. Boots.
What a steal. See you soon. What?
Those are not the boots I wanted. Of all the set boots that Kadala could have given us, and she gives us Blackthorns. I think that actually says more about Kadala than it does about us. Okay, so let's do a Greater Rift. I'll keep it at Torment 7 because while this is scary, this is manageable. And we'll see how this goes. Zombie Dog's out. I say manageable. Manageable comes in many forms, of course. It's fine. We got it back in the end. But these things do hit quite hard. Yeah, this is absolutely fine. It doesn't feel like it's all over the place at all. And that's not even because of the oh jeez. It's not even because of the way the cooldown's working on Soul Harvest. It's just, it is sideways. It is so sideways. So I'm alternating between Soul Harvest while trying to push out Haunts up the wazoo. And of course extra Locust Swarms for that extra damage boost that things desperately need. Woo! 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 Don't worry, this is fine. I've got semi-long range stuff that I can do. Jeez, did you see that? That was just like bang. Yeah, so definitely a sort of mixed range thing. I'm not worried about the Rift Guardian. The Rift Guardian will probably get one shot at this level. I am worried about our survivability, though. Yeah, I'm making this work. It is absolutely terrifying. But it is totally fine. Ooh, yeah. If anyone wants to try this build out, I highly recommend it. Make sure you've been to the loo first and you have nice clean trousers on, because it will be all of the brown trousers moments rolled into one. But some people like that kind of thing, and I thrive on chaos, but yeah, if I come back to this build after a bit of time away, I'm definitely going to have to take it a bit easier, just so I don't get myself killed from being out of the rhythm, because so much of this is going to be down to being in the rhythm. I'm not even playing this optimally for what this build is supposed to be, but I can already feel how it would play. And if I can do this at a mediocre skill, without optimal gear at all, then pretty much anyone can do this. You know, you just need balls the size of a cathedral, and no regard for personal safety, really, is what it comes down to. And you can always just run into the middle and start spinning. We do get damage reduction when we spin, so that is definitely an option. Man, it is so much like an assassin. It's like, which character class do you want to play this season? Well, I quite fancy playing a barbarian, but I want an assassin at the same time. Well, why don't you play a witch doctor? Then you can do both. That's what I'm finding out. And it's been, before this season, it was such a long time since I last played the witch doctor, and I never really gelled with the class beforehand. And I don't think I gave it a fair chance. And I don't think that that's because, like, I wasn't in the right state of mind for it. But I think it's just because without the experience of the other classes and the other sets, you don't really understand what the playstyle is intended to be. Whereas playing the Barbarian showed me how to do spin to win in a good, fun way. Playing the Demon Hunter showed me how to do assassination in a good, fun way. And this is doing, like, both of them in not a perfect way, but in a very fun, very crazy, very stressful way. So it's fine. Yeah, let's summon the Rift Guardian with this. Shield pile and perfect. Okay, so Choker has Locust Swarm and Haunt on. One Haunt. Technically 3 haunts because it went through a moment of not being able to be damaged, but that was pretty incredible. Another serpent. That's not what we want. Let's put points into Bane of the Trapped. 1, 2, 3. Rank 25, we're getting the benefit of that aura around us, so that's going to be a damage increase. Good. Let's go for Taguk next. Cool, we didn't fail a single one. And we'll just very quickly ID our stuff while putting in those points. We definitely earned those 2 levels there. So another serpent, you don't care. And Harrington Wasteguard, don't really care, but it's... In fact, both of these can go there. So they can be cubed up later. I say later, at some point I will eventually get around to doing it, but until then we have better uses for Death's Breaths. And speaking of better uses for Death's Breaths, let's very quickly gamble for some boots.
Such a brave soul. Ooh, that costs too much. Can I have it?
Jade Harvester's boots. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Why not? So the next thing we're going to be gambling for is trousers, and if we get trousers, then we can wear 2 pieces of the Arika set, which will be the chest and the trousers, and these 3 bits of the Jade Harvester set, and it'll be perfectly fine. Right, let's change to our other character very quickly, and we will try gambling for another staff. So, temporary magic. So give me a staff. And we'll go to the cube, and I'm sure we'll get disappointed, but we can try at least. So, upgrade rare item. Yeah, Malice Focus. Even if it's an ancient one, it's just, I don't care. It is not what we want. So, I can get salvaged up. And with that, that's a very good point for us to finish this episode. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. It's taken a turn for the sideways. It's really not what I was expecting at all, but I'm having a good laugh with it. If you are enjoying these videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Diablo 3, where I'm sure we'll find even more of the Jade Harvester set. See you soon.